A very good afternoon to you, Flo. As you can see behind me, we have slightly changed venue. Earlier on, we were crossing from inside the Enyogeni Palace here in Guanangoma, but now seeing that the procedures from that morning where we saw thousands of maidens presenting the wreaths before the King of Amazulu, King Zulu Clinic, has ended. Now they have descended down to the stadium, or the auditorium rather, where they are expecting the King to address them a bit later on. I'll just step out of shot right now so that my colleague Nomsengo Bane will show you the number of maidens that have started together before the auditorium where they are expecting the King to come and address the maidens. We do understand that the address of the King is an annual activity that is part of the proceedings of concours, and quite a lot is expected from his address. We do understand that as a country, a lot has been happening in this past week alone, especially throughout the month, where in Johannesburg we saw many shops being looted, and we saw in KwaZulu-Natal a father who appeared in court recently after he hung his 4 children in Weybank, as well as gender-based violence cases that we have seen across the country. Making note of the passing of Queen Nene, the student from University of Cape Town, who was buried earlier on today, and it's quite topical amongst the maidens themselves, because on the process of them presenting their wreaths before the King, some of them went up carrying placards where they were trying to address a relatively different debate of social media and cyberbullying. They're saying that as they come here annually, their pictures that they post with pride online on social media, they're being taken away by Google, taken away by Facebook, being attacked on Twitter for their pride, presenting themselves with various cultures in various colors. Why like that? And they say that why are their pictures being taken off the net? Because it's not nudity. A lot of people have been saying, even here, they were trying to tweet, they were trying to go live on Facebook, but Facebook was disallowing them, saying that the images that they are presenting are under nudity. So the maidens are actually questioning that and putting forward a debate to be discussed as to the existence of social media. We understand that we are the 4th industrial revolution. Technology is a part of our lives, but then why is it excluding them when they are expressing themselves? Because a lot of pictures get taken during this process, happily so. So they are questioning as to why are they being further oppressed, they feel. They're saying that this is cultural or social imperialism, and they do not want it. So they have opened another discussion with the discussion of gender-based violence that they've also been very vocal about. Like I mentioned earlier on, Flo, I have a couple of maidens with me who I am going to engage in an annual girl talk that we do have here at SABC whenever we come and cover the read dance. Last year, coincidentally last year, we spoke around the same issues, because around the same time last year, there was a lot of gender-based violence incidents that were happening across the country, especially in KwaZulu-Natal at the time. But we do understand that this year around, it's across the country. We're seeing various cases of brutality towards women and children. But to just further engage them, Ninja and Gok, ngabe lesi sihlava lesokuhlatshelwa abantu besifazane niyazibuka izindaba kunina kuthi ngoba manje sabuke ngazo ukuthi abantu besifazane anisaphaphile lapha.
Sabantu besifazane sizizwa singavikelekile, singaphephile. Abantu efake ngabe ibona abasithandayo, ibona abasiprotectayo, bathi ibona ebukeke ngazuthi ibona abasihlukumezayo. Sizizwa nje singekho right.
Mhlambe uhulumeni angenza kanjani njengoba nina niza lapha minyaka yonke, nisuke nihlobile, nifake ubuhlalu benu, naba abanye bathi nisuke ningagqokile, senizizwa ngazuthi manje aniphephile, kodwa nibe nila beboshwe izenzo zokuhlukumeza abantu besifazane